Hello, and welcome to the Tuesday night stream on Twitch on Adventure Highway of Sleuths in Waterdeep. My name is Blake Komar, and I am the Dungeon Master. Welcome to, I guess, Campaign 2 or Season 2. Um, with no further interruption, let's start introducing our players for the night. First and foremost, right to my side, if you're watching, it is Sarah. Tell us about your character and yourself.
Hey, my name is Sarah Massa, and I play Carlotta Tealeaf, also known as Carl. She's a halfling gunslinger, ex lycanthrope, and we're gonna find out what happened to her after everything happened.
After it happened, a lot's
Yep.
happened.
I like how you say ex lycanthrope, like she went to AA meetings for it.
Like, hi, my name is Carl. I was a lycanthrope. Hi, Carl.
It's not a problem unless it's a problem, and I guess it's a
That's
problem.
right. You could totally handle it.
It's totally fine. It's totally fine. I don't need to talk to Saloon again. It's totally fine.
You can stop whenever you want.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't need to howl at the moon. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's just howling at the moon. Kyle, tell us about your character and yourself.
All right. Well, I am Kyle Lawson. My character is Brogan and Naked Eye. He has decided, pretty much since becoming famous, that there's no way he could continue rocking that PIMP game. So he has decided to reinvent himself, which we will discover this week.
It's exciting. There's a whole world ahead of you all. I want to say your characters' lives begin today, and now, and now, and now. So, Steve or Nick, introduce your character and yourself.
My name is Nick. I play the barbarian Steve Froman, who used to be a former deli manager, but he has also gone through significant changes between the first and the second season that we'll discover tonight.
Very exciting. Next, Brittany, tell us about yourself and your character.
Hey everyone, I'm Brittany Reichma. I play the Bowsmith Artificer Zari, and she is getting contacted by family members again. Oh no.
Pesky family members.
I love family.
Coming off the Thanksgiving week, we all kind of get what that's getting contacted by the pesky family members again.
We do.
So we will see exactly what that looks like for all of you. First and foremost, I'd like to thank all of our viewers. You all are amazing. Everyone who stuck with us after the break, the week's break for the holidays, you're awesome. And just to put it out there, anyone who's watching today or is going to be watching on YouTube or is going to be listening on Spotify, we also have our video coming to YouTube on Wednesdays, and our stream also gets posted on Wednesdays on Spotify to listen to if you're interested. Both are at Adventure Highway, and you can check them out. Like, follow, subscribe, everything we do, because we like you. So without, I guess we'll jump with, pulling out all the stops, we're going to go right in. And we're going to see whose story goes first. We're going to see whose story goes first. If each of you can roll me a d20, the lowest number will go first.
So are we gonna start? Are we gonna start together somewhere here while we're describing
No, I was
this?
thinking we're gonna start just doing some recaps of everyone's lives, just to see where we're all at, if that works. If you're down for that.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Zari, what are you doing tying me for being last?
Yeah, so we can have Brogan and Zari roll again one more time. Wow.
Brogan burning up those good rolls, sir.
I am the worst.
So we have our order. It has begun. So, Carlotta, a lot has changed in a week. A lot's been going on. Where did you find yourself? What's your life looked like? And tell us about your experience now that all of Waterdeep knows that you've saved their lives. You saved the world. All of Toro is safe because of y'all's actions. What does your life look like so far?
I would say it's not looking great. Carl has not taken the fame well at all. Before this all happened, she was a farmer. She was a rancher. You know, the most sort of attention she ever got was at like the town fair, like that sort of thing. And so now all these people are coming up to her, recognizing her, and it's way too much anxiety for her. So she's been living very, very secluded in the house, very hermit like. Like she only goes out for necessities. She mostly is asking the others to be like, "Can you grab this for me?" Or like, "I need my medication. Can you go get it?" Or something like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's been a big strain for a simple country folk like yourself, um, having all this attention brought to you. And I was thinking, would that would have probably sent you into the house, kind of hermiting, right? Kind of just hiding from the world. There's all of this fame knocking at your door, and you being at the Sending Stone Media house. At least with your people there, it's a little bit easier on you because no one is out of their Sending Stone Media contract just yet, even though Carl never signed it. Um, once you're
Yeah,
on,
I don't know why
you're
I'm here.
yeah, you're there. Once you're in for life. One thing that does come up, Carl, is you're going to have to go to the grocery store. Down at the markets, it's going to be very important that you go. And
Mm.
probably, I would say when would you be going? Would it be morning, afternoon, midday? What's your kind of thing at that point?
Um, she might want to go right when it opens. That in her mind, she's thinking, "Oh, it's a full Saturday morning. No one's gonna go this early. It's Saturday. Everyone's gonna want to sleep in." That's her mind. That's her how she thinks.
But you, again, like, oh yeah, no one wants to go on a Saturday. And as soon as you go down to the market district, man, oh man, is this place a mess. Immediately you get down there, it's early, everyone's buying fish, cantaloupes, oranges, you name it, everything's going nuts. There's carts running, racing by you. You've just spent 2 days in the house, no human contact other than the people in the house, and Sergeant Phil Structure, who tends to make a lot of noise, especially
He's
when
not a
Zari's
person.
around, because usually one's acting up, one's reprimanding as these things kind of unfold. But as you get down to
Mhm.
the market, you're sitting there just, here and there grabbing different fruits you might need, different sultries and food that you might, grains, things along that nature, just to eat at home. I'm sure you eat very healthy. Uh, Holistic, possibly, would be the word. Natural.
I think she goes for small business, grass fed sort of situation, like supporting small business sort of thing. Like if this is like is it a grocery store or is it like a
We're going
full
to say it's more of like
like
an
market?
outdoor market, grocery market, we'll say.
Yeah, I think she would like recognize like the working man and want to help and support them, knowing where they came from, because there was a point where her farm almost went under. So I
Mm.
think she would lean towards that, and she's probably like, oh, all the other people are gonna go to the more like popular ones, so I should just go to the nice healthy grass fed place.
As you do, and you walk up to your favorite stand, it's Ada's Fruits. Man, are the melons on this place amazing. We've got amazing apples, oranges, everything like that. And Ada's like, Carl, I haven't seen you in forever. It's been over a week and a half, and I saw you. I saw you on Sending Stone Media, Carl.
Really? Yeah. Okay. I'll take two of those melons, please. Like
Hold
totally
on, once.
ignoring what she does.
Take, put my melons down. Just hold on 1 second. Unhand my melons. Here's a quill. Can I get your autograph?
Ada, you've known me for like 3 years. Like you, I. Why would you want my autograph?
Hold on, my daughter will never believe this. Joni, come quick. Carl was just grabbing my melons. You should have seen this.
Are they firm?
They're a bit hefty, yeah.
Plump melons.
Carl, can you sign
Car.
to Ada and
It's on
Joni,
now.
just
Very
please?
concerned. She's like, I don't, kid, and she's like trying to back away. She's like, I just have food.
Her 14-year-old daughter walks up to you and says, wow, Carl, it was really a shame what happened with you and that fire giant. I really thought you were going to have something. Um, what went on? What was going through your head this whole time?
Well, grown up things. I need to leave, and she just like
Wait,
tries
don't
to be
go.
like, I'll see you later, Ada.
Don't go. Wait, come back. You're still holding one of my melons.
Just chuck it.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw it into the crowd.
Wait, no. As you see the 14-year-old daughter runs after you, Carl, I didn't mean to offend you. I'm sorry. You know what I would have done? What I would have done is I would have actually expressed myself openly and opened up my heart like a true dream.
Carl's kind of offended. She's not open enough. Carl's gonna be like, listen, little girl, like I need to you're getting way too close. I need to leave. Like this is way too personal.
But,
Yeah.
but you never signed for my mom. She come quick, and then behind you walks up a about 7 foot, 7.5 foot tall, like hippogriff kind of a thing, like hippo person who walks up, which you are familiar with because your ex-wife or your dead wife, your past wife, was Jiff, and then walks up and says, "Hey, Carl, I know you. I saw you on TV. You were in Sending Stone Media, right? You saved the world."
I need to leave. I need to go. I
Why were you
can't be
wearing
here.
sunglasses at times? Sometimes the sun wasn't out.
It's gun and Carl's just gonna take out her gun and like she's like trying to show him like in her spastic way, and then accidentally lets a shot out in the air.
And as a shot rings up into the air, all of a sudden you hear screaming inside the market as everyone starts running, and you hear, "No, Carl, no!" As people are running off to the sides and hiding behind different carts and different fruit stands and food stands. And as they're all running behind these carts and different stands, all of a sudden you see the only one standing out, not on the ground, not hidden behind anything, and not hiding from the possible spray of barrage of fire you're firing into the air with this one bullet. Um, it are a line of 7 guards standing in front of you. And as they walk up to you, they're like, Carl, was that you who just discharged your pistol in the middle of of the of the market?
Was having a full panic attack. She's like, the people, the guns out, and the sun, and the melons, the hefty, and
It's
like
okay,
full
Carl.
on anxiety attack.
It's okay, Carl. You saved the world. Look, we're just gonna take you in. We'll call this a small. We're gonna give you a. How does this sound? A motion violation. We'll call it, just so you can cool off inside the slammer for a good 24, and we'll let you out in the morning. We we respect what you've done, saving the world. But we're gonna have to cuff you right now if you're okay with that, and bring you on in. We can't have you discharging firearms in the market.
Somewhere in the
no more
distance,
crowds.
somewhere in the distance, PM 207 here's moving violation and a
Yeah,
ticket.
there's just a print of a ticket coming from a parking meter in front of the house right
What's
now.
with the glasses, Kyle? What's with the glasses?
oh, you'll see. They're going to be a useful prop.
Love it.
Okay.
He's in
Yeah.
character. As they put the cuffs on you, they're like, "Hey, it's okay. You know, we're taking you in 24 hours. You'll sleep it off. This may be the best thing for you. Guys, grab her by the arms and we'll take her in. By the way, I really like what you did with that Fenrir. That was really cool. But I would have went up on the tail personally myself. If I could have got up there, I would have ran up the tail and then moved up that way instead of going up the leg. So next time, if you're ever on a wolf's back, I mean, if you ever need me, let me know. I'm in there to help." So
Okay, what's this officer's name?
my name is Officer Jeffries. Actually, Jeffries.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down because next time we're in a giant fight, I'm gonna call this guy like legit. I got my own standing stone.
Dragon's back. Jeffrey. Need Holland. Need a little advice.
Jeffries, we need you.
So you're going to have to get like the flute
When
of
we're all
Jeffrey.
down, we're gonna want him.
Yeah, the flute
Carl's
of
like,
Jeffrey. Gosh.
It just summons him.
Yeah, it summons a
Just goes
mundane
up.
guard to just stand there and tell you what he would have done.
Yeah. And then I want something more. They're all named
CR2
Jeffrey.
nobody.
Yeah.
As they bring you down to the holding cell. It's a holding cell. It has bunk beds, about 9 bunk beds, as they bring you in throughout the whole play, or 9 bunk beds, 18 beds. It's a long room of a holding cell, and no one's in there. There's about 4 toilets, a couple of sinks. There's 2 long benches through the center of the room. The beds are outlining the sides, kind of a thing. Stone floors, stone walls with windows about 18 feet up or so, with bars lining the whole, like 2 sides of it, kind of thing. So if you look at it, it's like a cutout of a giant basement where half of the basement is basically a jail cell. It's underneath the police station. And as you get walked in, you see Sergeant Phil Structure, who you met a couple of days ago for the first time, who goes, "Oh, that's Brogan's friend. Interesting. All right, I'll have to let him know something's going on." As you get walked down and put in the slammer as they lock the key, and you're now sitting there in this jail cell. What are you thinking as you're sitting in this jail cell?
Did they take my gun?
Uh, no, they haven't taken your. Well, they have taken your gun. Yeah.
I was gonna say, if they didn't take my gun, that would have been a very bad mistake. If they didn't take my gun, Carl would have been like, "Excuse me, I think you forgot something."
I kind of wish
But
they
they
had
did
just
take.
taken all the bullets and just let you have it because it makes you feel better. It's
It's
like
just
your
sunscreen. I
Like your
mean,
stuffy, your
yeah,
safety
yeah,
blanket.
exactly. It's like your stuffy. You're sitting there just like cleaning it, and you're like, "Oh, this is nice," but there's no bullets, so you're like, "Oh, it feels so cool though."
And as you look
yeah.
across, you will see across the room by the stairs that lead up into the police station, there is a table with your weapons and bullets on it, as
Okay.
it is out in front. So,
I think getting away from the crowd, Carl has definitely calmed down.
and as you're sitting
Especially when
there,
people aren't harassing her.
yeah, and you see that you're locked up for the next 24 hours.
All right. Carl's gonna go take a nap. I
And
think
as you lay
having a
down on the
full
bed,
on peg.
you take a nap. And that nap, as your eyes close, things go dark. And as we start to see what happens next, Steve, what has your
Yeah.
life been like since saving the world?
So Steve was getting offers, as we saw in the last episode during the confessional. Steve has gone with a very controversial brand. He's trying to get out of the shadow of his brother, the Sausage King, Abe Froman. And so Steve has selected the sponsorship of a company called Blam, which claims to make the world's first like energy infused potted meat. They use the the slogan "Curiously Strong," and Steve has gone through an absolutely inexplicable body transformation to be like the spokesman. He now wears a pink extra medium shirt everywhere he goes that says "Blam" across the front, and he's absolutely yoked in every commercial you guys see him in, which are constant after 9 o'clock on off-brand cable channels. He has a full head of hair that kind of unnaturally doesn't move, and there's a lot of talk in the tabloids about Steve currently, like maybe a polymorph, something was done to him, but there's no way a person could have made this amount of transformation in the 7 or 8 days that it's been. So something clearly funny has gone on. However, Steve is holding strong to the line that it's just hard work, clean living, and eating Blam all the time that has led to this transformation. And Blam has become wildly successful in the meantime. Everyone agrees that it tastes like shit. Nobody ever really sees any actual performance enhancements from it. However, Steve is one heck of a spokesman for Blam, and the ads are very popular. So he's become a minor celebrity, even though he's like the slap chop guy. You remember the slap chop guy? How he was kind of more famous than the slap chop ever became.
Yeah,
Like
actually, I think so.
that's kind of
Sham Wow guy.
Steve's. Yeah, I think the slap chop and the Sham Wow guy were the same guy.
It's
yeah.
the same
Oh,
guy.
was it really?
He's so good, he got to do both.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll go from Blam to Wham. I don't know.
So Steve constantly now is just yoked out, full head of hair that doesn't ever move, like regardless of wind, rain conditions. And yeah, he's kind of enjoying the celebrity. He feels like he has stepped out of his brother's shadow, even if it's through abandoning every moral value he ever held about quality deli meat.
Love it. And you've been the spokesperson. You've been doing shows. You've been doing speaking events. This
Oh
has
yeah.
been a reinvigorating second life or third life or fourth midlife for Steve,
Yes.
as he is growing as a person. You find yourself, Steve, after one of your speaking engagements. It's now about 9:30, 10 o'clock, sitting at a hotel, sitting at like one of the inns at the tavern at one of the bars. And a
Sure.
gentleman in a cloak kind of walks up, kind of almost like an investigator style hat. Or he
Yeah.
looks like the neighborhood watch guy, is exactly his look.
Sure.
As he walks up to your to you at the bar and sits down and says, "So Steve, looks like Blam's treated you well. I saw you on Sending Stone Media, and I saw you. I just saw the production you just put together for Blam. You're really nailing it, man. Kudos to you and what you've done with your success."
So he's like a safety officer guard type person?
You don't know what he is per se, but he looks like the neighborhood watch guy, like the
Is he
guy on the
is he
sign.
carrying anything in his hands?
So far you can't tell. It's just
Right.
he's like a human male in his 50s wearing like the fedora style hat with a trench coat style jacket as he walks up
Okay.
to the bar.
Steve is gonna kind of rotate his bar stool, kind of give him having not paid any attention at all to what this guy said. Steve will say, "No, fine. Look, not normally when I'm sitting down, but fine." And he grabs his hat, signs it, and puts it back on his head. He says, "I'd like to get back to my beer," and he starts sipping his beer again.
And as you're looking at your beer, all of a sudden a slice of bologna flops down right in front of you.
I'm gonna look at like slowly turn my stool and look over at him and say, "Did you just throw your meat at me?"
There's more where that came from.
Well, I have no doubt, but I'm afraid of where it's coming from.
I think this.
Do I have to
Steve.
call security?
Steve, let me buy you a scotch and we need to talk.
I mean, okay, sure.
And he waves the barkeep over and says, "One scotch for my new friend, Steve." And
I'm gonna lift my eyebrow at the term friend. However, I am not going to refuse the free drink.
Wait, so the hair doesn't move, but the eyebrows do? I'm confused.
Of course.
yeah,
Yeah, you should be. So is everybody. Everybody in this town is confused. Yeah.
The hair doesn't move, but the eyebrows. Yeah, I think they're
Well,
probably,
wouldn't
what
it
is
be
it,
kind of
gel?
funny? Like, wouldn't it be funny if like the eyebrow went up, but the muscle went up, but the eyebrow stayed in place? Just the
Oh, that
muscle
would be
moved
Well,
up.
that's
weird.
what I was thinking.
That would be so
Like you
weird.
try to do it, and
He's
then the eyebrow
trying
just
real
doesn't
hard,
move.
but it's
I'm straight up
it's
wearing an Instagram filter in real life.
Yeah, that'd be one of the weirdest things I've ever seen.
it'd be like a fake eyebrow, but then your real eyebrow shows up behind it.
Slightly less bright red. Yeah, that'd be funny.
It's like,
I've lived that life.
Steve, I've been working some angles for years here and there in Waterdeep. I
Yeah.
kind of know the who's who of who and who in this town.
All I can tell you, man, is if you're gonna stay on the grinder app like that, just be careful. All right, protection, whatever you got to do. All right.
Thank you for your concern.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be safe going forward. But
Thank you.
here's what I need from you, Steve. I
Thank you.
know I have some very powerful friends that want to meet you, but they need
Oh,
to know
are they advertisers?
they are better than advertisers, Steve.
Oh,
They are the
producers.
movers and shakers in this town.
All right. Now we're talking.
They need to know that you're willing to play ball.
I'm terrible at hoops. I blew out my knee, high school. It was a whole big thing.
No, Steve, this is not basketball. Like, this is not shooting hoops. Look, let me spice the pot to get you on board.
Speaking of that, and I'll pull out a thing of Curiously Strong Blam, and I'll hand it over to him and say, "This is spicy enough for both of us, I think." Don't
And
you know?
he goes and puts his hand slowly lowering your Blam, and then on top of the Blam can, he puts a sack of gold on top. And he says,
"All right, now he has my attention."
"Tell you what, tonight, in 1 hour, be sitting in this seat and ready to meet my distinguished friends. They're trying to buy your time for the night."
Oh, well, they've got it. They've got it. Assuming this gold is real, they absolutely have it.
Fantastic. Slaps you on the back and goes to walk out of the bar. And as you look, you can see that there's 200 gold pieces in this sack just to meet with his friends.
All right, sure, yeah. So I'm gonna try to There's not a lot of places to put 200 gold in an extras medium T-shirt, but I'm gonna try to figure out a place to. I don't wear the
It
type
just
of pants.
looks like it's
I don't. I've got my quads are so large, and I don't wear the type of
It's
pants
like an
anymore that really have
ulcer.
deep pockets. So
it's like you got this chunky thing coming out of your pocket, like your pocket
it's
slash
true.
pant slash
Yeah.
the top of your shirt. It's just chunky.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, as you're waiting, you're looking around. There's no one in the tavern anymore. It's about time as we're getting closer to closing. It's about 5 minutes after that 1 hour, and all of a sudden, running through the door is not one of his friends. It's 9 city guards, all running in with spears facing at you.
Oh.
And as they're
I don't
facing,
know. Look, she told me she was 18, guys. All right. I don't.
No.
I checked.
drop the gold in the blam.
Okay, and I will place both on the floor.
You see an investigator with the same guy come into the bar that you had spoken to a minute ago. Steve, I've been wanting to catch you in a net for a while. I can't get you with the charges against Blam right now. The kind of meats they use. You know what kind of meats they use, but I could never prove it.
I signed a contract saying that I was not held liable for anything that they put in that product.
But Steve,
This will never stick, and you know it.
The damage you and Blam have done to Waterdeep, I can at least take you in on corruption.
What, getting people yoked and feeling good about themselves, and I'm gonna start going through a little routine.
Guard, stop him from flexing and cuff him. Stop that flexing right now.
He's not actually going to put much. So Steve understands the shadiness of the company that he has taken on. However, he feels like his contract is ironclad enough to resolve him of any responsibility. So he's not going to put up much of a fight.
Awesome. And as they do, they cuff him, and he says, "Steve, if I have it my way, you're going to rot in that jail cell."
Well, you know what doesn't happen? Blam never rots. It's kind of weird. You leave it out on the counter, and it will never go bad. Come back 3 weeks later, it's still perfect.
If you are what you eat, Steve, which is all preservatives in that can, I guess you're going to live forever. Get him out of my sight.
You can only hope.
No.
That's not it.
Steve was obviously willing, going along willingly.
Yeah.
I have a question for Steve. Did he eat the bologna that person dropped on the counter?
He did. No, it was substandard bologna.
It's not bland.
Not bland.
So to be fair, no one has actually seen Steve ever actually eat Blam in real life. He does the commercial bites, like the, but it never. You've never actually seen him eat any Blam.
It's like you try to do the optical illusion, like.
It just falls behind you every time you put it to your mouth.
And you scrape the fork on your shoulder to get
you get brought down to the police station. As you're getting brought in, Sergeant Phil Structure is just walking back to the house. And as you literally see him walking out of the police station, he is just starting to unbutton his pants as he is walking back. And he goes, "Oh, Steve, got yourself in a little trouble, didn't you? I'll see what I can do about getting you out tomorrow."
I don't know where these guys came from, but I'm hoping we're going to get it ironed out. You know what I mean?
I hope. Hey.
I'm going to give a big wink. Can we just, get this ironed out? Wink, wink.
We'll definitely get it ironed out. Wink, wink. But first, I got to go home, watch some TV, and iron my pants. Wink, wink. All right, I'll see you in the morning.
Don't forget rule number 1. We're not dealing with that. We're going to throw you in jail.
I know what Zari will go to jail for now. Assault.
Perfect.
It's yeah, I'll do that, Steve. I'll do that quickly. By the time he's 10 steps away from you, his pants are at his ankles as he is walking back to the house.
He's just it back to the house.
You will be arrested.
How is this man a police officer?
Yeah.
Guys,
public indecency.
He's a scaly. He's just like me, just without wearing shoes. You can't shame us for walking around without stuff on. I am so. You know what? You're all racist.
Different than shoes. It's different than shoes.
Public indecency.
Look. Do you arrest birds for having cloacas out? No, we're the same. All right. You're racist.
I was
You're
thinking
racist.
actually.
Everyone.
You ain't wearing a cloth. I'm going to arrest you no matter what.
we don't arrest enough birds. I think that's the problem.
We don't
That's true.
We need to get those guys.
You are brought down to the cell, Steve, and you see sleeping right in one of the bunks is Carl. As you get
Steve is
locked in
gonna,
the cell.
yeah, the guys are gonna go to close the cell, and Steve is gonna grab. Like Steve is low key afraid of Carl, so he's going to. He's also afraid of talking to anybody from the old group now that he's become who he is. So like guard is gonna go to close the door, and Steve is gonna go like this and like slowly close the door, and it's gonna make kind of a loud clicking. He's gonna jump and look back at Carl to see if it disturbed her, and seeing that it didn't, I'm assuming he's gonna go sit down and kind of adjust in his extra medium shirt because it's tight. It's
You look over, you see Carl sleeping. You look over at the table by the door or by the stairs leading upwards, and you see like your axe of
sure.
your family axe. You see your blam. You see the bribe, the 200 gold piece bribe. All of that stuff is sitting now at the other side of the room,
Yeah.
where you see also Carl's stuff, like Carl's guns, everything like that.
Sure.
That's an alleged bribe.
Yeah.
It is an alleged bribe.
Yeah, because they never said what it was going to be for. So really, I'm off the
Yeah,
hook here.
technically the guy just gave you free money.
He's hated you and your Blam associates since this started within a couple of days ago.
Next to the 200 gold, suckers.
Sorry. How has fame treated you from being famous for this reality show on Sending Stone Media when you save the world?
Zari is currently in her workshop on another phone call while working with her Nona. And her Nona keeps telling her, hey, can you talk to Uncle Tony? Can you advertise that we're doing this for the kids? Can you advertise the Dragon Scouts, get fundraising for it? And the soup kitchen, Zari. Do it, please.
Can you advertise for Uncle Tony, Zari? I love you.
Yeah, and Zari's just going to be on the phone with that while working, AAA, sleeping by her. As all this is going on, Zari's just going, yes, no, I'm not doing that. Thank you. I will tell Uncle Tony hi. Love you
come
too.
by the house. Yes. Come by the house.
Well,
Tony, Uncle Tony, Doretta, Denise, Donna, Debbie.
Not
are all going to
funny.
be at the house.
I will come by the house later and do that. Yes, I will say hi to everyone.
Come by later. I can't hear you. You're not talking into my good ear, Zari. Talking to my good ear.
Granny, you gotta flip the phone. You gotta put the phone on the other ear.
Right? Sorry. I always mess that up. I'm so sorry.
It's fine, Granny. You're
come to the house.
Old. It's fine. I said I will. I'll be home this weekend. Okay.
Thank you. I'll see you. Come by this weekend, please. We need to talk. We've got all of your uncles. Did I mention? Staying at the house has been Tony. Your other uncle Tony, Doretta, Denise, Donna, Debbie. They've all been here.
Aunt Tony.
Okay. Aunt Tony. No, Aunt Tony.
Aunt Tony.
Tony
Why not?
With an eye.
Fantastic. Sorry, can't wait to see you. I have to go. I think I left the cat in the microwave.
What? Cat in the microwave.
The phone has already hung up. The sending stone has already hung up.
Okay. I hope the cat survived. That's bad. Don't tell Brogan that.
As you've just hung up with your family, you're finding that more and more people are trying to ask you for things in your life. What does that mean to Zari right now?
Zari's just kind of give a deep sigh and go, it was better when I was broke and had nothing. So much better. They didn't call me for anything.
True. And now you have money. You've got a little bit of cash in. You've got a little gold in from this. On the Sending Stone Media House, they've outfitted you with a garage, a complete garage of tooling that you can build. Like, what kind of stuff have you been building?
Zari has been building little tinkering machines, little owl, a clockwork dragon that can wrap around your wrist and spit like a little bit of fire. Not enough to hurt you unless you're right there. A little lockpick beetle that comes out and can pick a lock, but it fails 10% of the time, so it gets stuck in the lock, and then Zari has to figure out how to get it out.
Love it. And if you got these new tools and tinkering toys, you're finding after you go to bed for the night, the next day is the time to go visit your family. Are you ready?
Yep. Heading down to the fam.
As you're going down to your family, uh, knocking on your grandma's door, the door opens and it's your beloved Nana as she stares at you, gives you a giant hug and says, "Oh, sorry, it's been so long. I haven't spoke to you in ages."
You spoke to me just yesterday, Nana.
"Oh, sorry, don't get lippy. Respect your elders."
Don't get lippy.
Lippy. All right, Nana, fine. Who's the others?
The others, everyone's inside. Come in, come in, come in. You remember your Uncle Tony, your Uncle Tony, and Dretta, Debbie, Donna. Oh, God, I'm forgetting the rest. As it goes on with everyone's names.
Aunt Tony. I'm going to keep reading Aunt Tony.
And then there's
Tony.
Uncle Anthony.
Yeah. Aunt Tony? Say hi to Zari. Hi, Zari. Good to see you. By the way, sit down, sit down. We have some ideas for you we'd like to pitch.
Okay, let me get my notebook and I'll pull out a notebook and just start doodling. I'm not taking these ideas seriously.
Very nice. Well, I'm so happy that you've graced us with your presence. I mean, this is not saving the world. This is just dinner with your grandparents and your uncles, your grandma and your uncles, and your aunt. But I have an idea for you, Zari, and maybe next time you're on camera with Sending Stone Media, you can tell them about this. You ready? Here's the idea. I own a laundromat. It's Tony's laundromat. Can you advertise for me?
Sure, Tony. Sure, Uncle Tony. I can advertise for you.
Ah, look at that, guys. She's going to advertise for me and she won't advertise for you all. Isn't that fantastic?
Never said that. Never said that. But okay,
Another Uncle Tony
off
runs
on some
up.
of that.
Says, Zari, why are you advertising for Uncle Tony and not for me?
Oh, no.
But
Yes.
Nana said you wouldn't.
All right, what do you want advertised?
Okay, I have a bail bonds. It's called Tony's Bail Bonds.
Tony's bail bonds?
Yeah, next time you're on Sending Stone Media, can you say something for me?
Sure, I can say something for you. How's that?
That's fantastic. You're so good, Zari. Look at that, guys. Zari's going to advertise for me and none of you. That's preposterous. Why is she doing that? I don't get it. Why would she advertise for you all but not for me? I'm your Aunt Donna. Zari. You remember me, your Aunt Donna? The one you don't call, you don't write to?
Aunt Donna, that's a two-way street. You haven't called or wrote me since the last time I called and wrote you. So
Don't get lippy. Respect your elders. So...
I just picture like really long nails.
Really long nails, big hair. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry,
Exactly.
looks nothing like them. It's really weird that she's family.
Oh,
Starting to
100%.
contact.
Captured in
She's
a
100%.
time lock.
She's 100% adopted. That's what Zari is.
Gosh. Wow. I am from New Jersey, so that reminds me so much of so much. But anyway, anyway, she looks and says, Zari, so I run the nail salon. It's Donna's Nails.
Oh, Donna's Nails, the best place to get your finger removed, last I heard.
What? Zari, I can't believe you would say that about Donna. You know I'm good at I do skin, I do nails, I do hair, I do face.
You do scales?
I don't do scales. It's not a racial thing. I just am not skilled at scales.
See, everyone's a racist. I knew.
Yeah, you don't do scales. I'm not helping
Do
you.
not get into race with me. I will not have it.
If you look, Zari, again, if you can advertise for me, that would be great. All the Tonys and all the Debbies and Donnas and Dorettas and everyone's gonna be jealous if you can do it for me.
No. Don't do scales. Uncle Tony and Uncle Tony both serve everyone. They don't care. You care.
That's fine, Zari. No, that's fine. I don't feel I don't love you anymore. It's okay. I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna be in the kitchen and I'm gonna cry in the food I was gonna be making you. And hopefully you can tell how much I love you by the taste of my tears when you eat my pasta. So there you go. When you taste my tears, you know I love you and you don't love me.
This is too
I'm
real.
just gonna go in the kitchen.
Go on, Don. I love you too.
Yep. Goodbye.
in a week.
By the way, yeah. And as all of a sudden your uncles and aunts are all cycling in, trying to get a piece of this Zari pie that has become a celebrity, get their
I hated
name
that that was dead.
in the same lights that yours are highlighted in. As they try and they try and they try, you find yourself almost in a never-ending stream of Tonys and Dorettas and Donnas, and as they're all trying to get their moment in the sun, and a knock appears at the door. You don't even know how much time later. It could be
Oh,
hours.
I'll get it.
Could
I'll
be
get it.
days.
You guys eat dinner. I'll get it. I'll get the
And
door.
as you go to get it, all of a sudden you see about 7 guards standing out front that say, "Zari, are you Zari?"
Oh, I'm Zelda. Zari's inside. Do you want her?
Zari, that's a terrible joke. I've seen you on Sending Stone Media. I just asked you as a formality.
I'm Tony.
Yeah, I'm Tony. I'm Uncle Tony.
Yeah, I'm Aunt Tony, twin sister.
Yeah,
Nothing
there's an Aunt
alike.
Tony. Who are they to judge?
On Tony's twin sister, Tony.
Yeah. Zari, we got a complaint, and this is very serious. I'm gonna need you to step outside. We got a complaint from a Aunt Donna who had at one point possibly maybe had tipped us off to a possible bomb making uh, scheme you have going inside your garage.
Or
Hold on, let me think about this. I work with a lot of your equipment to improve it, as is per my contract. So
That's true. Look, Zari, I don't want to have to take you in. I'm sure everything's above board. I'm gonna have to take you in for about 24 hours though, till we sort all this out. Maybe Sergeant Phil Structure can help us out when he gets back tomorrow morning. I know he's heading back to the house now, so we're gonna contact him. Maybe see if he can help you. It would seem someone in your family thinks slightly lowly of you, but for appearances, because it's the law, I'm gonna have to cuff you.
all right, fine.
Look, it's probably better
I
than
will
this,
hold.
whatever's going on in there. I mean, to be honest, it doesn't look good.
It is family. You know how family is.
I get it. It's definitely family.
Always want everything.
Like, my name is, they call me Jeffries, so I'm gonna take you in, and we'll get you set up. Maybe Phil Structure can help you out tomorrow morning when he comes into work. But we're gonna have to take you in.
Okay, I'm going to try a sleight of hand something as I'm going in.
Sure. What are you gonna try and sleight of hand?
My lock picks.
Awesome.
I'm going to try to hide them, and that did not work.
That did not work. One thing that you possibly will have on your person is your 6-inch by 6-inch beetle lockpicks that looks like a toy, which they possibly will leave on your person because it looks like a toy. The one that only works 10% of the time. And as you're brought into the police station, you don't see Sergeant Phil Structure at his desk. Clearly, he has left. And he's probably walking slower now that he's not wearing pants. But you get brought down.
That is public indecency.
I know. He's, I mean, the man does not like to be constrained by societal norms. As you get brought down the stairs in the police station, you get sent into a cell with 9 sets of bunk beds lining the walls, 2 benches in the center. And as you see, you look and you see Steve leaning up against one wall on one of the beds, and you see Carl sleeping on one of the other as they close the door. And you look and you see your weapons on a table out in the front. And you have the only thing on your person is your beetle lockpicks that looks like a toy, so they kept it on you.
Okay. I guess I'll go in a corner and do my best to hide and just. I have this ability for an hour. I can try and magically create myself some tools. So create some thieves
So
tools.
you're already
get the
just going to go to
beetle
work.
bill.
Yeah, you're going to hide and already start going to work. I love it. And that will be the reality of what happens with Zari. As I was going to ask what you're going to do as soon as you get locked in, but that's perfect. And last
Sorry.
but certainly not least, Brogan, fame has struck you. Tell us about Brogan's life since saving the world.
Well, since saving the world, what Brogan really realized is that he cares about people. And after missing Bronco, he decided to open his own gym called Pimps and Shrimps. Because if you're not a pimp, you're definitely a shrimp.
Mm,
And
say that in the
upon doing that, Brogan has decided that this is going to be his new life calling. All above board, no PEDs, no purple dust like back in the day. This is all, this plus blam is what got Steve to where he is today.
Yeah, it's a straight diet of blam and just working out and hitting pumping that iron. Only wins at this place. And Pimps and Shrimps is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful place. Where would you be? Would you be in the office normally? Would you be at the counter? Would you be training? What would be?
Well, as my wonderful glasses indicate, that the best reason to work out, it's not to look good, it's not to be in shape, it's not to be healthy, it's to look really, really jacked in professions where you're not supposed to. So as I sit in the office, looking aggressively bigger than I'm supposed to be, I'm sitting here with one of my nice, pens and boards, and I'm going over documents and whatnot over all the wonderful new memberships I have from my new fame, from Steve's face being on the inside of the gym, from the wonderful, wonderful endorsement from the police station, because obviously I called my boy Phil and all the cops train here. And of course, from all the wonderful trainers that are definitely not call girls, but are definitely girls that I give weird names to, but they're not call girls because they're trainers. Come to the gym.
Very
It's a
nice.
great time.
Like what weird names like Turbo,
Oh
Nitro?
no. All their names are like very very weird stuff like like Bang, Red Bull, I mean
Star.
Monster. They all have these really weird like get you pumped names. It's just Celsius. I mean, whatever you could think of. It's all just stuff like that.
I
Go.
want you to
Some
meet
could be
my
named
two
after like
trainers.
muscle groups or
Yeah,
something. Like
Mountain
muscle
and
groups.
Dew. Like,
I mean, you said it. I was thinking it. It
yeah.
is what it is.
As you are sitting there, of course, writing stuff up on your clipboard, that must be important because the clipboard means success. Um,
Clipboards signify lots of work so that way no one talks to me in the office. In reality, I'm literally playing on like an etch a sketch that you just can't see, and this is a stylus.
as you're doing the starry sky on an etch a sketch, all of a sudden, in front of you appears a small halfling uh, woman with a messenger bag around her shoulder and says, "Are you Brogan Nigidai, owner of what is it?
Pimps and shrimps.
Pimps and Shrimps." Damn it, I'm gonna get that wrong every time.
There
Uh,
is no escape.
are you Brogan?
Uh, yeah. I will pull my glasses down. Yep. That that's me. Are you here to turn yourself from a shrimp into a pimp? We can make it happen.
No. Hands you a envelope and just hands it over to you.
Huh. Well, just so you know, I'm not super great at reading, but I'll give it a once over.
Okay. And good to meet you, Brogan. I've seen you on Sending Stone Media. Good luck, and you've been served. And
What?
goes and
What do you
exits
what do you
the.
mean that's what? I take my fake glasses off and I'm like, what do you mean I've been served? The hell is this? I will hurriedly rip open the envelope, and then when I get stuck, I'll get angry and I'll just rip it in half, and then I'll actually take the two pieces of the letter and put them back together so I can read it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this shit?
As you're reading, you find out this is a letter signifying that apparently you owe about 10 to 12 years of back child support for a child you don't know of. It would seem possibly you didn't know, but now that you've seen some level of success, it just says, and it says what is it? The defendant is, or the plaintiff is, it just says Star across it. And you would recognize Star as one of clearly the women who had worked with you in the past about 12 years ago.
look, look. here's the problem with this, and I will look at the Seeing Stone. I'm like, just because they called me daddy doesn't mean I'm an actual daddy. The word daddy is sexual. You know what? This kid's gonna have to call me father if it's even my kid. If it's not a drag, you know what? I'm giving it back. Where's the fire department? I'm not doing this.
And you
I'm
look
not doing
around
this.
and you see someone that's sitting there on a leg press that just is watching you talk to yourself while going through this monologue. And he gets up and just walks over to a further piece of equipment away from you as this is going on. And coming through the door comes a Gith Zerai. Of course, not wearing shoes, as for some reason, Gith Zerai don't like to wear shoes. Who knew? Um,
Behind my desk, they can't see my feet.
yep. As walks up to you wearing a messenger bag and hands you a piece of paper and says, "Are you Brogan Naked Eye?"
I mean, that's the name on the desk. I'm sitting at the desk. It's
Okay.
got my name on the front of the building. There's my picture. You know what? Let's say, for argument's sake, I'm not. What are you going to do?
He says, well, "That's just silly because I know you're Brogan Naked Eye. I've seen you on Sending Stone Media. You've saved the world. Congratulations on that, by the way. You did a really great job."
I'm going to reach over while he's saying that and just grab it and be like, give me the damn letter.
"Thank you, Brogan. You've been served. Enjoy your day. And thank
Yeah,
you for
yeah,
saving the
yeah,
world."
yeah. Yeah,
And he
yeah,
goes
yeah.
and leaves. And as you look, as you open it again, it is another being served in court for about 10 years ago, child support not paid, about 10 years of back child support for, and it says the plaintiff on the case is Sagittarius.
At least it isn't friggin' candy. Um, I will whisper it to myself and then look at Setting Stone Media and be like, edit that out, don't let her know I'm here. And then I'm gonna reach into my bottom right drawer of my desk where there's a giant bottle of booze and just be like, all right, this is not happening. Don't worry, this is fine. And I'm just gonna like pull my jacket up, and then all you hear is gluck, gluck, gluck. This is terrible. I set it back down, and I'm just like, okay, all right, here we go. Pimps and shrimps, back at it again. I'm gonna grab my glasses. No more of this shenanigans. I'll obviously disprove all this. Everything's fine.
Walking back out of your office, you look and you see the front desk. And as you look at the front desk, there's something odd about the front desk. This is not something that you would normally see, is people lining up to get into your gym. But this line is now going from the front desk, out the door, out around the corner of people in messenger bags who are literally sitting there all holding a piece of paper that look very similar to the ones you've got.
I'm gonna look at the girl on the other side of the desk and be like, Emerald, if anyone has a messenger bag, they're not coming in. We're not
As
doing this. We're not doing this. You kick them all out. And then I'm gonna look at two of my regulars who are called Rock and Boulder. Rock ROC, Boulder BULDER. Like Rock, Boulder. If those guys try to get in, you know how we handle that. It's just like on chest day. It's not just for hugging. It's also for crushing.
Yeah, you're saying that, and you look behind you. You see pushing through the line of these messenger bag wearing messengers, apparently. You see someone in a long trench coat, followed by a bunch of guards pushing through them as they are walking up. One of them flashes a badge at someone at the front desk, and as they walk up to you, you turn around and you see a human about 50 years old standing in front of you wearing a fedora style hat, a long trench coat, as he is staring at you now and says, "Hey, Brogan Naked Eye."
Yeah, I love the trench coat. Same style. Mine's orange, but I mean,
No,
you
it's
know.
really great. You've got a great trench coat too. You got to recognize perfection when you see it.
Yeah, we're team trench coat, baby.
Yeah, we do
Can
have
I
some great
sign you
trench
up?
coats. I mean, but I hate to say it, Brogan, there has been some mix up in the courts about some back child support, and we're going to have to take you down to the station and get this sorted out.
I let out a very exasperated sigh, just like that. I'm like, well, I usually know how this goes. I mean, I never know how this goes. As he looks at Sending Stone Media, he goes, but I lean in. I'm like, can you do me a favor? Can I grab my bottle of hooch from my desk before I go? Because it's probably going to be a long day. That's a long line of messenger bags.
Yeah, for sure. I'll let them know you'll be at the station. Jeffries, cuff him. As Jeffries, the guard, walks up, grabs your wrists, grabs the bottle, and says, "We'll bring it down for you. If you need a sip, let me know."
So Jeffries cuffs me, but since we leveled up and my hands are magical now, I'm gonna just like break the cuffs and be like, "Look, this isn't me escaping, but can we not do the cuffs? I'll totally go with. I'll
Can you
totally
act
go
like your
with."
cuffs at least? Just act like, geez, just act like your cuffs. Everyone I
Oh,
know
oh,
doesn't want
oh,
to.
oh. I'll pretend I'm cuffed. Hold on, I got this. And I just put my arms behind myself inside my trench coat, and I'm like, I'm
Perfect.
totally cuffed. I'm totally cuffed.
No, it's a
It's
great
fine.
trench coat, by the way. Really, more people should wear them.
You
As
know what? You know what, Jeffries? You're not bad. I'm gonna tell Phil to put a good word in for you. He's one of my old buddies.
No, fantastic. Phil's a great guy. Yeah, we saw him
I
going
mean,
home. We can tell by it's weird. He doesn't leave tracks per se when he walks, but you can see the drag of his pants and his belt. It looks like something's been dragged across the ground.
It looks like he's shuffling for toilet paper in the
Yeah.
closet.
I'm gonna make this face
As he shuffles his way
and
home.
be like, you know what? Phil's breaking rule 1 right friggin' now.
I bet you he is. I bet you he is. That
You
Phil.
watch the show. You know what rule 1 is, Jeffries.
Of course, I
My
love the
guy.
show. Oh, and by the way, Brogan, I mean, as he's talking to you on the way down to the station, and he's like, I like how you throw your combos. But, sometimes I like to put more force into it from the undercut right to the jaw kind of a thing. That's more my style of punching, if you know what I mean. But I mean, you do you. I'm just saying, from what I saw.
Oh no, that 100% makes sense. That's why Sending Stone Media follows you and not me, and that's why this conversation is going from you to me, and that's why I'm pretending to. You know what? Exactly. You know what you're talking about. You should obviously go to my gym. I don't know what I'm saying. I'll take it under advisement.
And he says, I think that was an insult, but I'm going to take it as a successful interaction between us because I'm learning about these things. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put you in this cell. You probably know some of the folks in there. That is Steve, by the way. He is looking. Oh, yeah, that's right. His pictures are all over your gym. Carl. And I don't know where Zari is, but I'm sure she's in a corner doing something, scurrying about.
Yes. I know my friends who saved the world with me. Jeffries, you are a 3 for 3, never miss anything kind of guy, and I'm loving it.
Well,
You
thank
and
you.
me. Two of a kind here.
Look, hopefully I get to unlock you tomorrow and we can talk more about what I would have done. But for right now, I'm gonna have to lock you
Oh,
in
my
for the
hate for Jeffries burns like the white hot intensity of a Oh my god, I hate Jeffries.
It burns like a pot of blam.
Oh my god. White hot intensity of 1,000 suns, my hate for Jeffries.
What most people don't know is blam burns exactly like thermite. Like it
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah, it burns coming in and coming out. It's bland.
If you ever thought Taco Bell was hard to get through your system, you've never had a blam night.
Yeah.
I mean,
Blam
not
night.
wrong.
Just blam around.
Blam for the family. As you get locked
Blam
in.
for the fam.
That's one of the slogans that Steve has. As you get locked into the cells, you all, Brogan, would you sit down or what would you do?
So as I get into the cell, I'm literally just like, well, I look over, I see Zari, I see Steve. I'm like, Steve, still looking good. Or not, sorry, excuse me, Carl. And Steve, I'm like, Steve, still looking good. I see Carl's asleep. I'm like, well, there's 3 of us here, which tells me one of 2 things. Either Zari's coming, she's going to let us out, or something terrible is going to happen because the Sending Stones obviously cost too much money to keep going, so they want to just use 1 to watch the 3 of us. Yeah, I'm looking at you.
You will see the Sending Stone hovering there. And as you sit down and you do, all of a sudden, I need each of you to make me let me double check. I need each of you to make me a saving throw. It's going to be a strength saving throw.
Oh,
no.
yeah, boy.
Oh, sick. I'm actually not terrible at that.
Zari does not do it. Steve, you are fine. You don't notice. You notice exactly what's happening and are able to. Brogan, you're able to break out of it immediately. The only 2 people not able to. Zari, you fail it, and Carl, you fail it. As this is what happens. Zari, you're leaning up against one of the beds, kind of a thing, invisible. Kind of.
Not invisible. I've been visible. I said I went to hide in a corner.
Oh, you went to go hide in a corner. Gotcha. And as you're leaning up against this corner, against one of like the beds, kind of a thing, etching something and making your tools, all of a sudden, Zari, the wall starts to move slightly, and teeth start to clamp down on you at the same time as they start to clamp down on Carl. And not that teeth are coming out of nowhere, the bed are literally teeth. As all of the beds start moving and you start to see teeth start going, every bed in this room has started to be a mimic.
Every
Oh, hell nah.
Zari, you're grappled. Carl, you're
18?
grappled. Steve, you're able to get up successfully and it does not grapple you. Brogan, you're able to get up successfully and it does not grapple you. And as these beds in this room turn to mimics, that is where we end today.
Quick
And your
question,
mimics,
was that
like,
you said there were 18 beds, right? 9 sets of twin
Yup.
beds. So there's 18 mimics.
Yup. The whole room is mimics.
all I see is that awful meme of the two buff guys clasping hands, and that's me and
Yeah.
Steve right now. Like, yeah,
Just holding
not
hands
grappled.
as Carl's getting
Yeah,
clamped
me-
down
From
on.
Predator, yeah.
I was asleep.
You
Yeah.
son of a
You're now
bitch.
awake and you're in the bed is starting to eat you. And we will pick up there our next session as things are kicking off in this
I'm-
jail cell. As
Don't worry about it,
mimics...
guys. To be honest, Steve has not been training in the off season, so
What are you talking about? He's been
Glam.
eating
It's okay.
glam.
Carl hasn't either.
that's right.
He looks better than ever. I mean,
As far as you know, he's been eating blam. Yeah.
Look, there's a 0% chance that Steve is wearing a corset.
I love it. Yeah,
Oh my
there's
God.
a 0%.
It sure always comes up at one point. Next time when the shirt comes off, has to see that corset moment. We have to see that corset.
Where it
Oh,
just
no,
pops, everything just
He's gonna have a tattoo for sure across his abs that says "all natty."
all natty. It's like the Tupac one, Thug Life, except it's yours and it says all natty.
All natty.
But that's the thing. After it pops, all you see is like ALNAY. So it looks like all nay.
Yeah,
The
some are
belly is
folded.
like
Like,
this. So it says all nay.
yeah. Who's May?
Nads.
Yeah, who's Nay?
Exactly. And then of course Argyle sees all nay, and he's like, my horse. And she
Love
like,
it. Or, oh, yeah, all Nat. Who's Nat? So that's awesome. Well, we will pick up with these mimics in coming down on our adventurers stuck in this prison cell as the room has come alive. I'd like to thank all of our players who are amazing tonight. Thank you so much. I'm so glad we're back after last week. And thank our viewers. Anything you guys want to put out there or say or, you know,
Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you tune into season 2. We're not sure exactly what Blake has in store for us, but I think you've all come to expect chaos. So we're starting off on the right foot.
there's no way I have that many kids.
Oh, we'll find out. There's a line of people
We're
waiting
gonna do a Murray
upstairs.
Povich episode with you.
Awesome.
We're
Well,
gonna call it the Brogan Bunch.
for sure. It's gonna be
60 of
something.
them.
But yeah, thank you, viewers. That was awesome, and we'll see you next week, Tuesday night, 6:45 on Adventure Highway. Enjoy.